Okay, we are up on live on YouTube. Are you ready for me to go, Miss Ellen?
Go. Yep. Got it.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody and welcome to our team Zoom. My name is Harlequin Murray. I'm your co-host this evening, as I always am, and I get the honor and privilege of introducing Miss Ellen Winn. But first of all, if anybody is new here for the first time, welcome. We're excited to have you here and looking forward to getting to know you. But for those of you who are not familiar with Ellen, she is a good friend of mine. I've known her for, gosh, almost 20 years now. But just a little bit of her background. She comes from a business owner mentality. She worked in the restaurant industry for many years, worked her way up through Domino's Pizza, managing most of the state of Georgia, doing training with them. And she currently owns a limousine company and an insurance company, as well as doing DAC. So she's super busy, and we are very fortunate to have her as head of our team because she's got a strong business background and also a strong background in training. So without further ado, Miss Ellen, you want to go ahead and take it away?
I
Oh, and
will.
before that, I happened to go and pull up. This was an old background that we had from one of our. I think it was from a Super Saturday like
Yeah,
four
it would have
years
been. Yep.
ago. So I was like, oh, let me put that one up. But we are all our small business superheroes. So
I like it. I like it. Yeah. Thanks, Harlequin. I appreciate the intro. And yes, it has been 20 years. I was thinking about that earlier. Time really flies when you're having fun. That's one of the things I love about having home-based business and the direct selling industry, whether it's a true network marketing company, a multi-level marketing company, or just a traditional direct sales company. You have an opportunity to meet people that you would not have met otherwise. And that's how Harlequin and I met because I was an owner operator in a 8,500 square foot training facility just outside of Atlanta. And Harlequin walked through the door one day as the guest of one of the members of our training center. And she got started with us. Time went by. That person that invited her and got her started with the company disappeared, no longer continued showing up. But Harlequin kept showing up and following what we were doing. And, we became friends and we've done several businesses together over the years as a result of meeting and having that opportunity to get to know each other. Our company went away and we all moved to another company together. So if you're curious how that got started. So tonight I want to go through something we haven't done in a long time. David has made the top recruiters a big priority. We're getting ready to launch our learning management system, which is going to help all of us that are wanting to build a team. These calls on Monday night are primarily for those of you that either want to build a team or currently building a team, thinking about building a team. You're welcome to come if you just want to market our product because we can also answer product questions. But I like to focus mainly on the team building aspect. And tonight I want to recognize the top recruiters in Team Winn, which is my organization and down for so far this month. So from May 1st through the 11th, David recognized company-wide top recruiters. Last month, I wasn't on that top recruiter list, and I'm like, dang, I got to fix that. So guess what? I'm on the top recruiter list. I will be for the company. I know I haven't even seen that he's posted that, but I'm on the top recruiter list for our team. So let me get us into screen share mode and I will show you who our top 4 recruiters are. All right, can you see that screen? Looks like it's
yes.
large and in charge. Awesome. So I came in first place since the first of this month. I've had 7 new personal recruits. We have in second place, we have LaTerrence Dunbar with 4 new recruits. Congratulations, LaTerrence. In third place, we have KMT Technical with 3 new recruits. Congratulations. And in fourth place, we have Katina Willis with 2 new recruits. And guys, Katina is not even actively engaged in DAC. Let me tell you about Katina. She came in, She is a TikToker and a social media queen. She gets out there and posts videos, and she still gets recruits and funding from videos that she made a long time ago. And Katina, if you're listening and I misspoke about you not being actively involved, I apologize. But from what I've seen, you're doing multiple other things, but you've got those videos about DAC and they work. So guys, it doesn't take a whole lot of attention to DAC for you to have success here. You can do it part-time and still be successful. So that's where this business comes into play, and the ability to earn off of a team really can leverage your income. I calculate my income earnings, and 5 to 10% of my overall earnings came from what I did with the personal clients that I brought to the table. But the rest of the money came from leadership bonuses and residual income from what we all do collectively as a team. So the power of leveraging your income opportunity and the power of building a team is enormous, especially with the compensation plan that we have in place. David has alluded to making some tweaks to that. I'm looking forward to seeing that in the very near future. But tonight, I want to make sure I make a point of some things that David covered today. In fact, he sent it out in an email earlier. I just want to make sure that you guys did not overlook the email and did not take it lightly, because it is important stuff. Harlequin, are you still seeing my screen?
I am, but I do want to acknowledge the fact you came in number 2 in the company.
Is
Uh,
it posted?
it's posted, yeah. And
Okay, awesome.
Wade Cordell is number 1 in recruiting with 17.
I love it. I
But
love it. That's
I
great
was
stuff.
on that top recruiter list for last month, so be prepared to see me again.
Yes, that's true. You were. And I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge people that were on that. I kind of pulled this together quickly as we were getting to go ready to go live. I'm like, I got to share the top recruiters and get back in that weekly habit. So if you're not on there this week on the top recruiter list, but you had a recruit, congratulations to you to be on the top recruiter. You had to have at least 2 recruits or more to be listed by name. But even if you're not on there, if you didn't have a recruit at all, but you had conversations and you invited someone to either look at your website, or you invited someone to come to the Tuesday night or the Thursday night business presentation, and they just decided this wasn't a good fit for them, kudos to you. Just keep doing that. And before you know it, you'll be on the top recruiter list too. But I'm going to start doing this each week so that we can get that momentum going inside the team again, because where we're headed in this learning management system. And if you pay attention to the new updated presentation that's posted on your partner page, David's wearing a pink shirt. If you have not seen that presentation yet, the presentation itself is 22 minutes long, and that includes the 4 steps of getting started. He went through the full presentation in like 18 minutes. Okay, so you need to watch that. We've changed up the presentation order of the slides. We've changed up the verbiage of the slides, and it really has a huge sizzle to it now for people that are looking at that. So now's a great time to get yourself in tune with what the message is on the recruiting side and start getting that information in front of potential prospects. You never know who's interested. All you got to do is find out, hey, do you keep your options open for making money outside of what you're currently doing? Not acting as if this is going to be a replacement income, although it could be. Just finding out if they're open to taking a look, then say, well, listen, I got something I want to show you. It may or may not be a good fit, but it'll only take you a few minutes to figure it out. And that's a true statement, 100%. Gives them an out. If it may or may not be a good fit, only take a few minutes, because we're going to catch them and catch their attention that first few minutes with the way the presentation is lined up now. Okay. They'll know in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the presentation whether they're interested in seeing and hearing more, and we'll put that hook in. If it's a good fit for them, they'll be intrigued, and then we'll watch the whole presentation. When they get through the presentation, it may or may not be a good fit through the end, but it will at least pique the interest of those that are a good fit. Okay, so what we talked about today and what just went out in your email, I want you to know this is a big deal. We've got our preferred package month for the month of May. David talked about how many clients we have that we got a lot of agents that are marketing towards Giggle because, wow, we're going to help some Uber drivers and Lyft drivers and Amazon delivery folks and all these folks that are 1099 workers, right? But you're really not fishing in the right market if that's who you're trying to get funded, because a large percentage of people that only qualify in the Giggle platform, one, a lot of them are not getting approved. And then out of those that do get approved, a lot of them are not accepting the offer. And if they do accept the offer, it's a very small funding amount, which means an even smaller commission for you, because we don't get paid the full commission percentage on Giggle like we do the bigger fundings, because it's a reduced bonus revenue, which means if you help somebody get $800 or $1,000, you might make $20 in commissions on that. And I can promise you from personal experience, I have funded some Giggle clients, not because I was purposely marketing to them, but they just were attracted to some of the marketing that I had out, or they saw that I offered business funding and applied. I can tell you that helping someone through the Giggle application and answering their questions is going to take up as much or way more time to get them funded for way less money to you as an agent than it does for a bigger client. So that's why we're focused on $50,000 or more monthly revenue clients, okay? If they've got 2 years in business and a 650 FICO score, that means they're going to qualify for a preferred package funding, okay? When you submit a preferred package that gets funded, you're going to earn 10% more. We're kicking off this month and want you to earn more. So here's the deal. When you submit a client who qualifies for a preferred funding, they got to be doing 50,000 at 650 FICO and 2 years in business, and they accept the preferred funding product between today, May 12th, and the end of the month, May 31st, you'll earn 10% more commission during the month of May, okay? If they accept it by May 31st, they've got to have the funding. They got to get funded by June 6th, okay? So not only will you get 10% more on the preferred, but you're going to get 10% more on every funding that you get, but you got to get qualified with the preferred funding, okay? These clients are going to get our best pricing ever. It starts at 1.18 on the payback. So if they borrow $100,000, they're going to pay back $118,000, right? That's the multiplier. 100,000 times 1.18 is 118,000. They're going to have next day funding options and some really attractive prepayment discounts if they pay it off early. They can either have a 25% or they can eliminate the rest of their interest or their the cost of funds payment if they pay it off early, okay? These are going to be the easiest people to fund. Like I said, Giggle is really difficult because there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of hesitancy and a lot of skepticism when someone is doing small amounts of revenue. They don't have a lot of risk-taking ability there, but these are easier to fund and more profitable to serve. They're easier to fund because someone that's doing 50,000 or more in revenue, they have a specific goal in mind on what they're going to do with the money. And if the cost of the funds outweighs the amount that they're going to have to pay back, then they're going to jump at it, move forward, and take advantage of the opportunity that's in front of them. So just make sure you go back and read that email. The second thing on the email is about our preferred funding game plan call this Wednesday on our normal Wednesday funding training at 11:30. We're going to have Wade Cordell and David on doing a full marketing plan for preferred clients. You don't want to miss that. David has more clients than anyone. Wade has larger funding value than anyone in the company. So you're going to hear from the two best ones to hear from. They're going to talk about the industries to focus on, ready to use text, emails, and video scripts. So it'll be a simple activity-based incentive so it'll help you jumpstart your outreach, okay? And that'll be at daczoom.com. And then we have, to get a head start, post a video, go back to your email. They've even got a script here. Look at this. You go in and you can do a live video. I've not done one today. I've got to get this done. But do a live video and post it on social media. Record a short 30-second video using the script that's in the email. All you got to do is read through it, practice it a couple of times, and get fluent with it, and then hit record on your phone, share it to social media, and you've got that video out there. That'll create some intrigue from people that are following your channel. And who knows, you might get a funding out of that. We had Sharon Rutz, David Rutz's mother, who you guys know from support. She actually got a funding last week or week before last from making a social post, sharing a social post. So that could be you getting a commission with a comma in it just because you followed the instructions in the email and followed the script that's already pre-written for you. Okay. And before I wrap up and go to questions, reminder, Tuesday and Thursday night at 7:30, we've got our live BizOp presentations. Tuesday, we have David Rutz, our company founder and CEO. And then Thursday, we have Nick Duhame. He may or may not have someone else like McGuire working with him, but we've got the older generation and the younger generation doing two different presentations throughout the week. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. I'm going to get us off a screen share and go to anyone who has questions. All right. If you have questions, just use the react button at the bottom of the screen, do the virtual hand raise. I see we've got something in chat. Hey, Ray, good evening to the DAC family. Good evening to you too. Harlequin, you got anything to add to what we've got there? I don't
I
have anything raised
do.
in.
I've
What
got a
you got?
couple of different things.
Okay.
One thing I wanted to point out is on the Tuesday and Thursday BizOp presentations, as Ellen was saying, they're going to know within the first 2 to 3 minutes if it's for them or not. Well, make sure that they know it's starting exactly on time and they're actually going to open it up 5 minutes early. So tell them to be early because if they miss the beginning part, they may not get it. And then also on Fridays, David is now opening that up 15 minutes early for us to chit chat and get to know each other. So those are a couple of things. The other thing about that video that David had mentioned to us, he gave us a tip today that on Wednesday's training, they're going to make an announcement, and there may be some additional special incentives if you do that video.
That's
So,
right.
highly recommend that you do that. I need to do mine as well. But yeah. So,
Good stuff. Good
anyways,
stuff.
yeah, super
Yeah,
good
and
stuff.
if you log in right at 11:30 on or 7:30 on those Zooms, there's a backlog of people coming in. And even if as a presenter or as a co-host or moderator, even if you hit admit all, it takes a minute for Zoom to let everyone in. So getting there a few minutes early is going to be paramount, just like Harlequin said, in those first few minutes where David's introducing himself as the founder of the company and getting kicked off. And those first few slides now are really going to pique someone's interest. So get there early, bring a guest, don't come alone. So anybody got any questions? If not, we will wrap up. I want to keep these short and sweet every week so we can keep you guys coming back and keep you being productive.
Oh, actually, I do have one other thing.
Okay.
You were mentioning about how David is posting the leaders in there. They're also posting a lot of social media things that we can utilize, and there's like the water cooler thing. So if you have not yet liked or joined the DAC Agents Facebook page, it's the one that has 10.7 thousand members. Please do so because they're putting a lot of information in there that is not in the Agent Resource Center. And also they post updates and things like that that may happen at the last minute.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Harlequin. Thanks for always being on top and catching the stuff that I missed to mention. All right, guys, no questions. We're going to close out then. Everybody have a blessed evening. Hope to see you tomorrow at 11:30. We've got our team building call to begin. And then tomorrow night is our live BizOp presentation. We're calling Tuesday game day now. So tomorrow's game day. Let's bring our guests to the table tomorrow night and then be there Wednesday for that special training on funding. So we can go put some dollars in the business owner's pocket and put some dollars in your account for helping that business owner. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a blessed evening. We'll see you tomorrow on live Zoom. Take care.
And Jody, you'll have to watch the replay.